All right, guys, watch this video for Friday, September 11th. My last video for a week. I'm taking next week away from the screens, which I haven't done a whole week away from the screens in a long time. I want to say years. So, absolutely looking forward to it. I'm starting off here with my equity curve. This is every trade. I could have gone back. Each green dot means new high for the year, so I'm not cherry picking. I just picked the last few months here, going back to June 1st. But as I say, I always project my equity curve, not to brag or anything, but because I'm very, very proud of it. You can't do an equity curve like that, honestly, without a solid process and without discipline. And if you don't have both, it's very, very doubtful that you'll have an equity curve like that. So again, I post it because I'm very proud of it. So I'm one of the few people that does what I do and runs a service that will tell you trading is super hard. You have to have a process. You have to have discipline. Anyway, got my new green dot again, new highs for the year today. And most days I'm at new highs for the year in my account. So anyway, what are we watching for Friday? The SPY chart doesn't look so great, does it? I mean, you had this, kind of grinding higher for months to all-time highs, and then 3 nasty days, right? And then all of a sudden, oh, we're right back up, and boom, right back down near the lows of that 3-day sell-off. So, keep in mind, I feel like we've got a lot of new traders in the market because of COVID and Robinhood and all that stuff. And so a lot of these people that maybe say stocks only go up are finally getting a taste of reality. Now, this is still, you can see what happened back here. This is still nothing like that, right? But it is some selling relative to, in 3 days we undid what? Maybe 3 weeks worth of trading. That's generally how it goes, right? Keep in mind, I just showed you my equity curve. I do not short. So even during this weakness, I'm getting new green dots every day. I hate to steal from Jim Cramer, but there's always a bull market somewhere. There's always something to trade on the long side. So, something to think about if you're one of these people kind of like me that you're not really very interested in shorting. And by the way, I've seen people that, that learn the process kind of like I do and trade long and wait for the setups, and they're really patient. And then got a little cocky when they became consistent, and then segued into, well, I'm going to start shorting. Or I've seen newer traders kind of find one of these chat rooms that's more short biased, and then they have to deal with the locate fees, and they have to deal with getting a broker that you can short all this stuff. And next thing you know, a good number of them blow up their accounts. To me, my opinion, it's easier to blow up your account shorting, even though you see things fall faster than they climb. You can short a stock and there's no limit to how high it can go. You get long, the worst it's going to do is go to zero, which, for at least one person I've seen over the years resulted in a GoFundMe page, because not only did they blow up their entire account, but they owed E-Trade like $100,000 because they got caught on the wrong side of a short that just never looked back, right? Just kept going up on them. Anyway, that's enough babbling. I'm going to get into the watch list here. So, the market's feeling kind of weak, and the first little bounce here was thwarted right away. Doesn't mean we're weak again tomorrow. You never know. But here's what I'm watching. So VVPR, really about a week ago, was the strongest stock in the whole wide world, right? Ran from 4 to almost 15. And now you've got 3 red days in a row, right down there in that what we call the buy zone between the 8 and the 20. Certainly interesting tomorrow for a bounce. Had it on watch today, but it did not give any setups today. I like it better now with that 3rd red day in a row. DOCU I don't really love, but we talked about this in the video that I made coming into today. Remember what I was looking for was an afternoon high of day break. Actually thought we were going to get it again, and it rolled over. So I don't know how many days I have to go back. Really, since this topped out at 290. This day, it has not broken its early high. It's opening early, or its early morning high, I should say, right? And still didn't today. So, but when you go back to the daily, you kind of feel like, okay, sell off and almost have a little bear flag forming, and maybe it's lower from here. I don't know, but it's into some price support. So anyway, that goes on watch. HOFV was on long watch coming into today. Put in a quiet, lower volume red day, so we're going to watch for a 3rd day play there. SHLL, very, very strong stock that is kind of in a flag pattern here, and we've got 2 days back down right into the 8-day into some price support, so that goes on bounce watch. NKLA, this is kind of ugly because you had the gap up on General Motors taking a stake in them, massive volume, and then you got 2 nasty red days. So everybody from this 125 plus million share day that's still holding long is underwater. That makes me like this a lot less. And I don't really like getting involved in stocks where the Hindenburg Research or whatever put out a hit piece. I didn't read any of the details. I know NKLA CEO is supposed to be coming back with some sort of rebuttal. I didn't read any of it because I'm a day trader. I don't really care. I don't hold overnight. But this one, I almost feel like I shouldn't have it on watch because, you had all these longs and now it's an ugly chart. But if we get a narrow range and then maybe there's some kind of decent sounding rebuttal from the company, maybe we get a nice long setup for a bounce. I'm not in love with that one. Apple looks a lot like the SPY, but it does have, you can't see it on this chart, but the 50-day is right around 110. And it bounced right above 110 back here. It bounced in, kind of hung out around 110 back here. And today's high was 120.50. So you're talking about if it gets to 110, a $10 sell-off in a session and a half or whatever, if it gets there. We'll see how it looks if it gets there, but this one's certainly interesting. Or I would love to see an intraday shape play even down farther. So we'll be monitoring Apple for a bounce. AGEN, big breakout today. Talk about strength and relative strength in an ugly tape. So we'll watch that one. CKPT, again, closing well off its highs, but relative strength in an ugly tape. Same thing for PRPL, big volume, strong close. Codex, CODX, had a nice pop back here, quiet inside day, and another attempted pop here. Had actually a really nice run. The range today was 1002 to 1272 from low to high before settling in at 1162. And a lot of stuff sold off, I think, near the end of the day because of the market weakness. So that's holding up well enough. I want to keep an eye on it. XPEV, really nice strength today in a weak tape. And look at 5-minute candles. This thing actually topped out at 1950. Half number inflection point, right? And we hit it twice. So this one's really interesting tomorrow if it breaks 1950. PEIX, another relative strength stock, holding up really well. Not in love with it, but going to watch it. And then QH, strong volume, fairly strong move in a weak tape. All right, that's enough to watch. We'll add gappers in the morning. Let's have a great day tomorrow to send me off away from the screens for a week on a nice green day. All right, I'm done bad. We'll see you in chat tomorrow.